Hi kids! We're back at Open Door and we were excited to make another video for you because we miss you and we want to stay connected to you. And we're kind of going to talk a little bit today about being connected and how we can stay connected. So first of all, I want to show you what I did this morning. I drew this picture of a giraffe. I saw it on Facebook about how you can use your hand and draw a giraffe, and I thought you guys might like to see how to do it too. But before we do that, I want to tell you some ways that I feel like I'm able to stay connected to you even when I can't see you. So in my bedroom at home, I have these notes hanging on my wall. This is from Paige, who comes to shine. This one's from Carly, she comes to shine. And this is from Meadow, and she comes to shine too. And Gracie Griffiths, she painted this and gave this to us at Open Door. Nicole Item, she painted this for me. It says, "When life gives you millions of reasons to break down and cry, show life that you have millions of reasons to smile and laugh. Stay strong." And she gave this to me on a day that I was having kind of a bad day, and it really cheered me up. And so every time I look at it, I feel just really special. I feel warm inside thinking about Nicole and that she made that for me. And then one night, Mariah came to Open Door, and she painted these two pictures, and she brought them for us here. And if you look behind me on the wall, there's pictures that kids painted and gave to us at Open Door. And the wreath that's hanging there is everybody's hands that they traced, and then they wrote notes on them. And then the people that are hanging on the wall, all the kids made too. And so being able to look at all of these special things and remember, and also to put these notes that people gave me, that the kids gave me, where I can read them often, helps me to stay connected to all of you even when I can't see you. And like I told you yesterday, I also use my camera roll on my phone. I go back through all my pictures and I look at all of your beautiful faces and I remember our time together. This is my journal that I keep at my house, and I have it filled with all kinds of writing, and that's the way that I stay connected to myself, to my feelings. So there's lots of ways that we can stay connected even when we're apart. So today we're going to draw a picture of a giraffe, but before we do that, I want to tell you why I picked a giraffe. I think that giraffes are a really good kind of example to us of the importance of being ourselves. Do you have something to share with the class, Hallie? So, can you imagine what it would be like if a giraffe was embarrassed of its long neck and walked around with its neck like all hunched down where it was trying to sort of blend in with everybody else? Would it be able to blend in?
No.
No, why not?
Because it's embarrassed.
Why wouldn't it?
Huge.
Because it's huge. It would just have a long neck sticking straight out the front. It would still be there, right? What if a giraffe tried to swim in the sea and be like a dolphin? Would that work?
No.
Obviously not. You guys are way smart enough to know that that wouldn't work. The thing is, giraffes are just themselves, but we love them. I have not talked to anyone or found a kid anywhere who doesn't think giraffes are really, really cool. What makes them so cool is how different they are, and they just own it. They just walk around and be tall because that's who they are. That's how they were made. So we're going to draw a giraffe, and then we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about the importance of being exactly who you were made to be. So what you're going to need for the project is just a piece of paper and a pencil, and then you might want to get some crayons and markers, whatever you want to use to color it. So you can push pause on the video and run and get your stuff, and then come on back and I'll show you how to draw one. Okay, so, nope. Don't worry if your giraffe doesn't look right away. You can erase, you can start over. If you look closely at my giraffe, you can see that I made quite a few mistakes. It's certainly not perfect, but it's still cute. So don't worry about it looking just right. So what you're going to do first, you're going to take your hand, you're going to put your middle finger down like this, okay? And then you're going to hold it on your paper and trace that, just like this. Trace your arm. Start down here for the neck. Go around your finger.
Is my middle finger supposed to be like halfway up, like the nub of it?
Yeah. Okay, so you should have something that looks like that. Okay? So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to draw a couple little lines like this, kind of like its little hair here in the front, like that. You're going to make 2 eyeballs, color in part of them like that. Okay. And then on the inside over here, you're going to make a little line that's going to come down. It's going to be like the ear. You have to erase and start over. That's okay. And then you're going to do the same thing over on the other side. It's going to make the little ears. Can you see? Right? You can make some little squiggly lines here at the ear. Like that. And then down here is where you're going to kind of make his long nose and come down like that. Can you see? I'm going to move out of your way. Okay. Then you're going to make a little line that goes across his nose. I don't think I like that so good. I'm going to erase that.
You made him cross-eyed? Oh.
Yeah. And then you're going to make his nose holes down here like this. And then down on his neck, you're going to start making his spots. Like that. Okay? So now you have your giraffe and you can start to color. This part gets brown. Now I don't really have brown in my markers, so I think I'll use black. Actually, that's not going to work. Oh, can I have Cheney's? I'll show them yours. I don't have a brown marker to show you, but this is Cheney's giraffe that she's been working on. So this part here where the nose is, you're going to make this brown, and his ears are going to be brown. Okay? So you can just go ahead and start coloring. I'll show you Cassie's giraffe so far. There's going to be no 2 that are the same, and that is just okay.
Also for Sharpies. You need black and white.
Now what I wrote at the top of my picture is, "This is me." I want us to use the giraffe to help us remember the importance of being ourselves. Sometimes I have lots of conversations with my kids, and sometimes we talk about how they feel like it's not okay to be themselves. Sometimes kids make Cheney feel like she should be in sports, and she just doesn't have an interest in that. and kids will pressure her, and she struggles sometimes with feeling like she's not who she should be because she's not playing a sport. And she likes to be in the band. She plays the clarinet and she does other things that she enjoys. But I try to help her understand and really feel in her heart that her worth as a person has nothing to do with whether or not she plays sports. Sometimes kids play sports and they don't enjoy music, or they don't play an instrument, and then they feel like they're not who they should be. The thing is, we're all so different. We have so many gifts, we have so many interests, and can you imagine how boring the world would be if the only animals we had were giraffes? I mean, suddenly they wouldn't seem as unique and special, right? We wouldn't go to the zoo to see them. We wouldn't feel like they're that extra special because they would be everywhere. The thing that makes them special is that they're unique and that there are so many, many animals. Sometimes we are afraid that people won't like us, and so we sort of do like what the turtle does, kind of pull our head inside our shell and try to hide from the rest of the world. We don't want them to see our true self. Sometimes when you're little, you do that because you're shy and you kind of want to hide from people because you're embarrassed or you're shy. But then as you get older, and you might be the age of all my kids here, part of the reason that you would want to sort of pull inside your shell is more so because you're afraid if people see who you really are, they're not going to like you. Yesterday, I talked to you about my hero, Mr. Rogers, and he used to say on all of his episodes of his TV show that you are special just as you are, and people can like you just as you are. And that's what I want you to really kind of take into your heart today. Whoever you are, however you are, people can like you just as you are. You don't have to change in order for people to like you. The harder thing to accept is that not everyone is going to like you. I have people who don't like me. I know my children have people that don't especially like them. We're not all going to be each other's best friends, and we're not all going to always get along or really like each other all the time. But there will be people who can like you and accept you just as you are. And I hope that you never ever change to try to get accepted or to be liked, because then people aren't really liking the true you anyway because you're pretending. So much better to just be yourself and give the people a chance to love and like who you actually are. And when you're being who you really are, then you can like yourself also. So maybe you want to write on your picture some things that make you you, some things that you can feel good about. Like, this is me, this is who I am, and I'm going to do my best to walk tall like a giraffe and to not hide, because people can like me just like I am. So I'm going to take some time on my picture and write down some things that make me me, some things that make me unique and different than others. Well, that's unfortunate.
Can we use a black Crayola crayon?
Have a crazy art
Thank you. Thanks very much. Oh.
Something that I thought would be kind of cool is if you would have your mom or somebody that you live with take a picture of your giraffe drawing and what you put on that that makes you you, and then you can post it on our comments, and then we can all see the giraffes that everybody made. Girls, can I show your pictures to the kids?
Mm-hmm.
See where you're at? Oh, so cute. This is Hallie's giraffe. Isn't that cute? Oh, I like how he's looking off to one side. Like, what's going on?
Yeah. Mine's doing that too, actually.
And then Shanie's. Is this a thought bubble? Your giraffe's about to think something? Oh, look how cute this is. This giraffe is kind of coming up from the corner here. Isn't that adorable? I love that. And her eyes are different. She chose to make hers different. And Cassie, can I show them yours? And this is Cassie's. I think it is so interesting how you can give the same instructions or ideas to a group of people and everyone can sort of follow them, but they'll all look so different because everyone has their own ideas, their own imagination, and when they go to put that out on paper, it always looks different. And again, that's a beautiful celebration of how we're all so different, and we shouldn't even try to be the same. Can we go around maybe and use the dice and share with the kids in some way that it's sometimes hard to stand out and be yourself? Can you want to go first?
Okay. So I say like sometimes why it's hard. Because you're different than everybody else and you want to be more like them because maybe they're more popular than you or you think they're more prettier than you. So sometimes you want to be like them.
Okay.
You don't want them to judge who you really are, and so you'll just try to fit in and throw yourself away.
What makes it hard sometimes to stand out and be yourself?
Yeah, it's just a fear of judgment and it's just your inner self that you need to work. Well, people can be mean sometimes, but what you really need to work on is self-confidence.
Good. Cassie?
For me, since I'm growing up and a lot of my friends are going to college, I didn't choose what I wanted to do yet, and I don't want to spend money in college because I don't know where my path is leading, so I'm just working, and there's a lot of parents and a lot of kids that think college is the only way to go, when it's really not. Everyone has their own opinions, and sometimes they like people to hear it, and those opinions sometimes make other people feel like they're not good enough, and also different people there's prettier girls out there, and sometimes it's hard not to be jealous of that, so that's something that you have to learn to be happy with yourself, not look at other people and say, I wish I was you, because you're you and you're just as important as they are. You can't forget that.
So, like I was saying earlier, people can like you just as you are, but it's very important to learn to like yourself for just who you are, and then it actually makes it easier for others to like you the way you are because you've already chosen to like and to love yourself. The only thing I think that makes people unlikable is when they're unkind. I think it's okay for people to have different personalities and different styles and different beliefs. Everybody can be likable in all of our differences, but what makes it impossible then to like someone is if they're being really mean and unkind. That's when people are going to struggle to like you. So if everywhere you go, you're coming across people who just don't seem to want to be around you, maybe that's a good time to stop and say, how am I treating others? Because when we choose to be kind, people will like us. They will accept us they can accept us the way that we are. It's important to be who you are made to be. Remember about the giraffe. They are different. They're kind of strange in some ways, but that's why we love them. I am strange in a lot of ways, but people still like me. Some of the things I wrote on my picture were like I'm silly and I like to make up my own mind. I love to go on adventures. I have lots and lots of ideas. And also, I like things to change. I don't like things to always stay the same. Some people feel better when things stay the same for a long amount of time. I like things to be different. But that makes me who I am. And I also just love to be free. I love to be able to think thoughts and make up my mind and follow ideas and adventures. And that is okay. And it took me a long time to realize that it's okay to be me and that people can like me just as I am. But I have decided to live that way. And it's a really good way to live. So I hope that you can draw your giraffe picture and you can hang it somewhere that it can remind you of the importance of being exactly who you were made to be. And I think that you're amazing. And I've seen and gotten to know so many children. Not one of you are the same, but you all bring something important. You all bring something different and unique, and that's what makes you great. That's what makes the world great, because we're so different. So let's make a choice to love and accept ourselves for who we are, and to also love and accept others for who they are and for their differences. Let's never try to make people like us. And let's never try to be like everybody else. Let's be ourselves. Everybody is unique. Can you imagine if all the trees in the world were all the same kind of tree? If all the flowers were only one kind of flower, like a rose. Say the only flowers in the world we had were just roses, and the only trees were just pine trees, and the only animals were just giraffes, and the only people were just like you. The whole world would be full of people exactly like you. They looked like you, they talked like you, they thought like you, just millions of just you. Would you like that world? I don't think so. I think the reason we love the world is because of everything that's so different. We love all the flowers, all the trees, all the different countries, all the different beautiful people from other cultures, and even in our own culture, how different everyone is. All the colors, it's what makes the world so amazing. So let's not change that. Let's embrace that and celebrate it, because that is something that's incredible about our world and the people around us. So Hallie and I are going to play a couple songs for you today before we end our video, just because music is fun. And we thought maybe we would sing You Are My Sunshine, and then also a song that we like called Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Okay, ready? Mm-hmm. look at our shop windows. The next time you drive by the open door, you'll see a big rainbow in our window and some flowers and raindrops and a sun. We're going to put the words to that song in our window, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, Dreams Really Do Come True. And the other song we want to play for you is You Are My Sunshine, because you guys are my sunshine. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. All right, so don't forget to get your parents or someone to take a picture of your giraffe and post it in our comments. And we hope to see you again soon.